Hello, my name is Corey Easter, and I'm here to talk about the dangers and the growing popularity of social media. Uh, it is a very diverse, and the men, women, all ages use it. It's very popular right now, especially for teenagers. Uh, all ethnic groups use it. There's many kinds of social medias all over the world. Few examples, we got Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. They're all used millions and millions of times a day. And it is a growing threat. I think we need to limit the use of it. I am kind of a hypocrite on it because I do use it too, but it is a growing threat in our society. We have different ways that people use it, in bad ways, good ways. A bad way, right, for example, is right now in our news today, ISIS, the terror group or whatever, are using it. They're using it to recruit people for their army or whatever, so-called. But there are good uses for it here and there. People can use it for work-related. People use it to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. People use it for inspiration, to inspire somebody else to do good things. But the uses of it, I think the bad outweigh the good. So let's try to limit our uses on social media, and social media is becoming a way for people to share information all over the world. And if you share too much information, it can get into the wrong hands for the wrong person to use. And with like anything, you always get the good with the bad. And people say hateful things, and it's easier for them to say hateful things on the internet than it is to you face to face. So hackers use it. Hackers use it to get your information, personal information, and they can use that to hurt you financially. So a couple of main points I want to talk about though is the younger generation using social media right now, teenagers. They're using it. They post pics daily, and sometimes that's not healthy. They seem to be more focused on that than they are anything else, and it can be a dangerous thing for them. They don't need to do this. On the website I found, internetsafety.org, 101.org, it says 71% of teens have an online profile, and over half of those profiles can be viewed publicly all over the world. That's pretty disturbing because you can get your identity stolen. You can find out hurtful information, and kidnapping and stuff like that has become pretty relevant nowadays. And it's not good to have those things going on. And if you can limit your usage, that will cut down on that. The second point I want to talk about is that it cuts down on face-to-face interactions, personal time. For example, tonight we all had dinner, right? I mean, that's a good thing. It's a good family dinner. We all had a great dinner, talk. There's no phones getting pulled out. You can go to a restaurant nowadays, you see people just sitting there looking at their phones. And that's pretty disturbing. God has granted us the ability to speak and hear and touch. And that's what we want to do. We want to relate to one another. There's emotions, laughter, sadness, all those things are part of daily life, and all of which need to be experienced personally every day. So another website I found called Roots of Action. the one example that the Maryland Price Mutual gave, she has PhD, it creates a lack of emotional connection between people. For example, when you text somebody over the internet and you're talking, you don't really get the same emotional effect that you would from talking face to face. And I think it creates or promotes laziness, distraction of work, and distraction of your family and social events. Another point I want to make is the most frightening, I think, is there's so many sexual predators out there, and they stay on the internet, and they use these things to trick people or choose people to try to exploit, and it is sickening, and it does happen. USA Today reported on one of their articles that they had 223,000 calls to a cyber tip line on the sexual exploitation of children. That's just in 2010. I would assume that it was probably a lot more by now. And because of the rising usage of social media, it's cutting down on our interactions that we use that were just part of normal life. Instead of going to see someone, you just text them, or you just see them on Facebook. So don't let it dominate your life. And it's all just part of life, but don't use it.